why I decided to play Bully for Christmas. I decided to play Bully for Christmas because past couple of years I haven't really had good Christmas feel, and I've been lacking that the holiday spirit. And from what I remember, Bully has a lot of that holiday feeling to it. It has moments where it gets cold and starts snowing, and there's a holiday theme in the game that really does feel like Christmas. And because I've been lacking that holiday spirit, haven't really had a real Christmas in such a long time. Really wanted to feel that nostalgia of Christmas and that feeling of being a part of a time where when you're a kid, everything just seemed more whimsical, more put together. Everything was more pieced together in its little segments. And as you grow older, things kind of just, when you get older, things kind of just smear into one. So I'm playing Bully because I wanted to experience my childhood in a way. Wanted to experience Christmas again. Wanted to feel like how a kid should feel. How a kid would feel in Christmas. I wanted to feel like a kid again. That's why I decided to play Bully. To feel like I'm a kid in Christmas again. The game is extremely memorable. It's extremely memorable. All the characters are memorable. Everything is kind of iconic. And it was a game back in my childhood that I remember being very reminiscent to being a child. All the characters are very memorable and funny. Have their own little character to them. They're funny and memorable, the characters. The game hits you with this music in the very beginning where it seems almost like whimsical and childlike, and kind of Christmas-esque. It has this Christmas tone to it. It's very whimsical, mysterious, playful, like very Christmassy. It's like a very soft Christmas night, snow coming down, very light, and there's this like darkened haze over the horizon that something could be happening, something might be happening. But it's very calm, very subtle, very mysterious, whimsical. It hits your curiosity. The music of the game, it hits your curiosity. Playful, man. The people that worked on this music did an amazing job. They really captured the feeling of being a child. Really captured the Christmas vibe in a way where you don't see it anywhere else. They captured the Christmas vibe in a way no one has really done to this level, in a way where no one has really done before, in this whimsical, mysterious way. And it's unique in that own way. It's at this level where no one has really touched it before. No one has really been able to touch. And the closest thing I can kind of like put it to is like Harry Potter, like the Christmas scenes in Harry Potter. But even that is in a realm of its own. This is like the most down-to-earth, realistic, whimsical Christmas type of game out there. And the hierarchy, all the characters, everything is laid out. Really sets the tone for how the game is. Because when the music plays, the tone has been established. The game has been established. All the characters are there. All the factions, all the kids, the nerds, the jocks, the preps. The school has this aura to it. And the music really, really sets the tone for all of it. The UI to the game is very good. The controls to the game feel really good. You move around. At times, though, the game has these awkward moments with the third-person perspective. But all these like RockStar games have these problems with the third-person perspective at times. They're very minor, but there are some like little small annoyances here and there. Like riding the bike, or you're walking around in a corner, or if you're in a tight space, things kind of the camera moves in a way where it's almost unpredictable. But besides that, the controls to the game are very good. The map layout is very good. The UI is really good. Really like the art design to the UI. How they have these little icons. How everything is. The UI even feels like a little high school-y to it. They did a really good job. You don't really see that anymore in these games. The games that get mass produced, they do like these little small details where you'll see Jimmy's face on like the side of a musical note, or you see like a character for a quest and you have to do something for him, and you'll see like a picture of the person's face right next to the objective, or you need to take a picture of something and you'll see like the icon of the picture. Those little small things count. They don't go overboard with it, but those little small things count and really adds to the objective, really adds to the feel of the game. Like, oh, I'm actually doing this for this person. And it captures the character in a way. That's the thing that this game does probably the best. It really captures the identity of a lot of these characters. A lot of these characters are cliche characters. The way they capture them in these unique perspectives, unique environments, but they're all cliches. And the game really plays up on that. And it's not ashamed of it. And it doesn't do it in a cringy way. And because it has Jimmy is the rock. He's the rock in all of this. He's the anchor in all of this. He holds it down for the player. And he's the guy that everyone kind of looks to for reason and logic. While everybody else around him is, chaotic and doing all these crazy stuff and are kind of cringy or embarrassing. But Jimmy always has his shit together, and he's there to connect with the player and allow the player to stay grounded in logic and reason and feel like all this around them is chaotic, like Jimmy's there to be the logic in all this, and so that the players don't get lost in all this chaos being normal or all this cringe stuff being normal. Like when a nerd is acting like a nerd and he's like doing all this cringy stuff, Jimmy's there. He'll say something about it, and we'll feel like, oh, you know what? Jimmy's right. Like this is kind of like what the hell, right? This is kind of cringy. Or like if a jock doesn't acting like a jock and he's doing all these like aggressive stuff, Jimmy will be there. He'll say some witty remark and we'll laugh with it and go with it because he's saying something that makes sense, right? Or when a prep kid ends up saying like a snobby remark, Jimmy's there to shut him down and bring back the game to like a grounded reality. Jimmy would come around, he'd end up saying something witty or something smart and kind of bring it back down to a reality where it's like, okay, this is the baseline for a reason, and this person's kind of outrageous, right? Because look how he's acting. Jimmy's very relatable and he's very grounded, he's very logical. The game is very good with using Jimmy as an anchor in all this and being able to play around with all these characters that are obnoxious and outrageous. Not too much in terms of their character. I would say they're obnoxious to the very edge of being reasonable. Like it's a movie, right? They're very obnoxious to the very edge of their character, and not too much where it becomes overbearing, but just enough so that we understand who this person is in a very short period of time too. That's what RockStar does very good. They can establish these characters so quickly with very small amounts of text just by choosing the right words and setting up the right phrases, setting up the right stages. In this game, they do it very well as well because they introduce these characters and a lot of characters in such a short period of time. Like I'm talking 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll get who this person is almost instantaneously because they come out like in a comic book. That's how strong these characters are in a way. There's so much content here. They can literally do a Bully 2 in this same environment. They can do a Bully 2 in this same world with the same characters. Just branch everything off and it'd be passable. That's how much depth a lot of these characters still have. That's how strong a lot of these characters are. All the students here, yeah, they duplicate them. It adds to a depth of the game, Of course, they duplicate these students. But the thing is that all these characters have a unique feel to them. The only characters that really don't have a unique feel to them would probably be like the bullies, really. But they all kind of feel like the same. But there's another faction. It's a smaller faction, right? All the main factions feel very strong. All the characters are unique. All the characters have a strong personality. They really add a good depth to the game. Now for the story, it's the main part of the game. They did a really good job with putting out the story there. It's not afraid to throw anything at you, really. It continuously throws things at you. All these kind of unique quests. They did a good job creating the story with the quests. They did a really good job creating the story with the quests. They introduced all the characters. There's a lot of quests. For each chapter, there's a different vibe to it, a different section of the game that you get to explore. Every chapter has a kind of a different vibe to it because a new section comes up or a new problem comes up, and all the quests lead you down these different plots, right? With different characters being introduced, different problems to solve. The game does an amazing job with the quest. None of the quests are really extremely hard. You'll probably mess up one or two times doing a quest, but eventually you end up passing it. And that's the whole idea behind these quests. They're not really there to provide you a hard, Dark Souls challenge or something. They're there to tell a story to you while giving you the ability to do something that's fun and that you can accomplish. You really feel like you're a part of the story. You really feel like you're a part of the game. And that's what this game does really well. All the sounds with the game, all the like small little details with the icons, with the story, with the quest. They all feel unique. They all feel good. There's some quests that, are a little repetitive here and there, but for the most part, a lot of these quests, they're not hard. It might be tedious here and there, but they're there to make you feel like you're part of the game. Make you feel like you're actually doing something with the game, like part of the story, more to say. Not part of the game, but part of the story. Like, you gotta take pictures for this person. You take pictures for them. You gotta collect this. You gotta collect this. And the thing is, the way they introduce these quests where you collect things, or you go out and take these pictures, they're like little errands, but the way they introduce them with the characters, you really feel intrigued to actually do them because it's a part of the story and it moves it forward. Really establishes the characters, these emotions for the characters. So I like that. Or like you'll go into you have to sneak into the girls' dormitory or something. Yeah, in this game they did an amazing job with a lot of the quests. They all feel, some of them can get a little tedious at times, but for the most part, a lot of these quests did an amazing job by providing some variety and really sparking your curiosity with the comedy and the characters. And you always feel intrigued with getting to know more about these characters. And that's one thing they did really well in this game. You always feel intrigued to figure out more about these characters. So, they did an amazing job with the characters here in this game.
Who won? Me! Jimmy Hopkins! That's who! Who won?
You!
Who?
Jimmy Hopkins!
Correct! That's right, ladies! Me! I'm the daddy now!